So I have taken on the task of repainting my fireplace, and I want to take you guys along for my journey. I have lots of projects that I want to do in this house, but this one seems the easiest / is driving me the most insane. So let's do this. This is my current fireplace. It's a little red for the room, and I don't particularly love this tile down here. Let me give you guys a view of it. It just kind of stands out in the room. It is not a real fireplace. It's a it's a wood insert, but it's not actually a brick fireplace. Right here, it's got these fake stone tiles, or stones, that I'm gonna leave. It's got a tile on top that I'm gonna paint black, and there's actually a piece missing that I'm gonna have to get fixed. Basically, I think I'm just gonna have to take this whole piece out and replace it. Got this, I don't even stain, like this steel coppery front door piece. These are not, if you look at them, they're not actual real brick. They're like a brick facade. You can see they've been painted red. The first thing that I did is I got some spackling compound and I filled in all the holes that other owners had put in it. There was quite a bit. My plan is to paint all of this white, spray paint this black, paint this black, and leave this the way it is. I had a little bit of a malfunction right here. I originally wanted to remove this brick right here on this side, so let me show you. I initially wanted to remove the brick right here and just keep the center brick. I thought that would look a lot better because it's a lot of brick. And right here, what they did is not put a brick piece all the way over so that you could hang curtains. I'm a blinds gal, so I'm gonna have to find a piece to fix or I guess replace right here. And I originally tried to take the brick off, and this is plaster painted. It took all of the plaster off and all the layers, everything. So I'm gonna try to paint it all and see how I like it, because I think it's gonna be a lot more difficult to rip all of this off than I thought. So I'm gonna see if painting it fixes it. If it doesn't, then I'll rip it off. Another thing that I don't really love is my ceiling is rounded because it's plaster, and so these things are on here at like a angle. So that's kind of another reason why I wanted to remove them. I guess worst case scenario, if I hate it, is I could build something over the top of it, like a bookcase. So this is my plan for now. We're gonna do fireplace white, fix those 2 pieces of brick that are broken, spray paint this black, paint this black, and then leave the stonework for now. First thing I'm gonna do is wash everything. The lady who sold me the paint said that it's probably a good idea to rough up this before I paint it. This will just absorb. I don't think I need to remove, I guess we'll see. Once I do that, tape everything off with painter's tape. And I'm using Behr. It's got the best reviews on Consumer Reports. So I have this primer for the tile. And then I just got it's an interior satin enamel, and I got it tinted black, as you can see there. And for the stone, she recommended an exterior. She recommended a few different, but I wanted to go with satin because I read a few recommendations that satin is the best for this project. I have a little tiny paintbrush, which will be great for getting in the cracks and crevices, and I have a big paintbrush if needed. Then I have painter's tape, scrub brush for cleaning, a roller with a replacement, because I think what I'm gonna do is paint all of the cracks and crevices white, then just roll the stone or the brick. I think that will be easiest. For the faceplate, I got a high heat black spray paint. I don't know that it necessarily needs to be high heat. I don't think she said it needs to be either, because it's never gonna be on the inside. It's always just gonna be on the outside. So heat hopefully doesn't get here or on the front. But I did get 2 cans of that. I don't know if I'll need 2 cans, but my theory is buy a few if you can and take them back if needed, because it's kind of a pain to have to run mid-project. Okay, so we have it all taped out, protected. It was a lot of work, but definitely be worth it. Number one thing they say about painting is preparing, because it saves you so much time in the end if you don't end up getting stuff everywhere. Now I have my can of spray paint. I shook it up a bunch for a long time, and I watched a tutorial on spray painting just in case.
This is one of the better ones that I've done, simply because I'm doing this tutorial, so I'm really taking my time. Now it's going to take some practice, right? But
so I got smarter my second time around. Fan on, windows open at 95. It's a little too fumey for me, honestly. This tile right here is broken. So I went to the secondhand store and got a similar tile. It's not 100% perfect because this one has like a thicker, this one's obviously thicker, but I can make it work is basically what's gonna happen there. And it'll be painted black. It won't be too bad, I hope. We'll see. And I was gonna show you that with spray paint, you kind of get dust everywhere, just FYI. So this brick fell off and my dad glued it back on, but the glue kind of popped out inside. So going through and cutting out that little bit, and then I'll be ready to paint. Okay, so I have the first layer of paint on the white, well, not white brick. My plan for today is to finish painting. I don't like the whitewash look. I think it looks good, I guess, but I don't particularly like it. So my goal for today is to add another layer of paint. Take this tile out. It's a little bit wider than this tile. It's not gonna be perfect, but I will make it work because I have grout, and grout, I'll put a lot of grout and make it higher because it's not as thick. I don't know. Some of these places were actually particularly hard to paint because there's like the edge of the, it's kind of gonna be a process. So I'm pretty sure I got like paint, this wasn't me, but someone else. But you know, I got paint here because there was red here. So then I'm gonna have to go through and cut some gray paint back in here. It's gonna be kind of a process. It's like you paint it and then you have to go through and like paint it to fix your mistakes in a way. I went to the store last night and I got a hand, I was having a hard time. I got a hand holder for paint because I was having issues, handicap. And I got a sponge brush, which maybe will work a little bit better. And I got 2 paintbrushes that are a lot thinner. I think this will work better for the cracks and crevices. So I'm gonna come back through here. It's kind of funny, like I feel like I did a very good job where I started, and then like where I finished, maybe not so much. I guess it's not too bad, but I definitely recommend like starting on the part that people are gonna see the most because you have the most energy and like attention. And then on Tuesday, I have replacement bricks coming for these right here. And this is it. There's a lot of gaps in between, underneath the brick. So today I'm taking a thinner paintbrush and going through and filling in all these gaps and crevices. So as you can see, I've done the front, but I've gotten like underneath, in between. Then I'm gonna go roll over the brick. Basically what I do is just take a lot of paint on a brush. I can show you. Take a lot of paint on the brush, about that much. And then, so like right here, I just go in and like gob it in there. So sometimes there's still holes left over. You have to get a little bit, oh, it's magnetic. That's cool. Okay, I learned something. This is magnetic. That's so cool. People that invent things. So if there's still holes, then you gotta get more gob, and just basically just gob a lot of paint in there, and then you have to like look underneath and make sure you get paint everywhere. All the cracks filled in. Now I'm just gonna take the roller and roll the bricks for the final look. I prefer the rolled look versus the paintbrush strokes. Okay guys, I decided to go a little rogue. So there's only a piece of this broken off, and to be completely honest with you, I think it's gonna be a lot of work. I tried to break it with a hammer and it didn't really break very well. And I'm not 100% sure I wanna keep the tile anyway, so what I think I'm gonna go do actually, and don't tell my parents, because this isn't really a spot, it's on the side. This is the front, this is like the side. What I think I'm gonna do is just get some air dry clay and try to fill this in, because I'm gonna paint it and prime it and like cover it and make it nice and thick and bonded and whatnot. But I think I'm just gonna like jerry rig this, because I think that taking this out and replacing a tile with a tile that's not even the same thickness is just gonna be such a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna just kind of, yeah, make it up as I go, see what happens. If it stinks, I'll fix it, but this might just be easier than starting over. I got this, it's called DOS molding clay. It says, whoa, that it dries in 36 to 48 hours, and once it's dried, you can sand it down, paint it, and varnish it. I got a little bit of paint on the sides when I was covering up the bricks. So I'm going through with the original gray paint and trimming the sides of the bricks to give it a more clean look. When I was painting, I accidentally got a few globs on my newly painted gate thing, whatever you call this. So what I did is just scraping it off, re-taped it off, and then I'll just go over quickly with spray paint. I did it somewhere here and you can't even tell. You just have to be careful, go light, just trying to fix up. It's kind of what painting is. Like you paint something, and then you paint something else, and then you mess up the first thing you painted, and so you have to fix the first thing, and you're just on this like cycle. But hopefully this will be the last time I mess it up and have to repaint anything. So the last step in my fireplace is sanding down this tile, priming it and painting it black. I did get paint all over when I was painting, but I knew that I was gonna sand this down and refinish it, so I would have been a lot more careful if I would have known this wasn't like replaceable or going to be redone. I did get stuff on the floor, but my floors are already destroyed. I'm having them come and professionally redone, so anything I get on the floor is fine. Also, replacement tiles still drying. It's not perfect, it'll have to be cut a little bit, but whatever. So I'm gonna sand this down. The number one reason that I wanna sand this today, even though that tile is not dry and I can't paint yet, is because the spray paint left little tiny particles like everywhere of spray paint. And I know that sanding is gonna do the same, so I just wanna sand and then be able to like clean, mop everything in here because it's super, super gross. So I was in my groove and I just sanded this fake piece of clay that's in here, and it sanded just fine. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually make it a little bit higher, put a little bit more clay on there, but yeah, sand's just great. So I got this sanded, I washed it, got as much of the paint and excess stuff off. It's not 100% flush on top, so I'm gonna take a little bit of spackling and just kind of put this on the top to kind of try to flatten it down and make it as flush as possible. If I need to, I think it'll be easier to sand it down to make it flush than have to continue to like build it up or use paint to make it flush. I have the tile primed. Now I'm gonna start with the first layer of black paint. I don't think that piece looks quite bad for a repair job. Looks pretty good. Now that I am done with spray paint, I decided to mop. This is why I hate spray paint, because little tiny pieces get everywhere. Coat is done. Now I'm just gonna actually get some polyurethane and do a light polyurethane coat over the top, and then this fireplace is done. This thing is still wet. Definitely gonna have to like figure out something for that, but I just really wanted this to be done for now, so I will come back and fix that later. It definitely looks better than a giant hole that was here before. Almost done. Put another layer of clay over it to make it as smooth as humanly possible. And now I'm painting. I've decided to put a coat of polyurethane over the top of the tile to just prevent it from getting marks from wood. I've also bought these really cute bats that I can't wait to hang up for Halloween, but that's another story.